such people with strong individuality, especially in our generation, listen carefully. Romantics are there. Romantics. Romantics means person who are dependent on a relationship. Oh, money is not everything. God is not. God doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Self doesn't matter. Do you know why? Listen carefully. Because in your moment of your relationship, relating to a man or relating to a woman, listen carefully. Relating to a man or relating to a woman, you lose yourself completely. You lose yourself completely. That is what known as falling in love. When you lose yourself completely. It is wonderful if the other person also loses himself completely. But suppose the other person has no interest. You have interest, the other person has no interest. Or the other person has interest, you have no interest. Then what happens? Now not falling in love. Because falling in love is very easy. Falling out of it is very difficult. Why? Whoever is out of it is free. But who is in it is a problem. Why? He doesn't know how to deal with it. Understand? That is why in this generation there shall be many people who shall be victims of a relationship. Money doesn't matter, wealth doesn't matter, position doesn't matter, but this personal relationship will drive you crazy. What is the solution? Again, ask yourself, do I find a resolution in a person, in a job, in a thing, or in myself, or in a God? As I told you, self-reliant people, those who are clumsily self-reliant, in a sense, misplaced self-reliance. Misplaced self-reliance means you are relying on wealth, position, things like, and considering yourself, I'm independent. Like the modern man today says, I don't depend on anybody. I have my own bank balance, I own my job, I have my own car. Are you dependent on something or self-reliant? So as long as you are like that, a self-reliant person, so-called misplaced self-reliant person cannot depend on God. He has to go on to himself. But sometimes he can also, oh, these things mean nothing. Human beings mean nothing, people mean nothing, things mean nothing. Oh God, you become a religious person. And when you go to a religious person, please understand, at that moment, because of your extreme frustration with yourself, your dependence on the small little things, you become religious. You go to any religion, you jump into some religious thing. Why? Some God is more important than all these things. Beautiful. For a few days, you shall be very comfortable. Then, this individuality who was frustrated, beaten, felt relieved by giving itself up into some faith. But after some time, when you are relaxed, few months, few years into that faith, it comes back. Is it really solving the problem? Or am I deluding myself? Individuality will come up. Why? Because that faith did not take your individuality away. And once that becomes your security, that faith becomes your security, because for some time you find it nice, so that experience becomes your security. Oh, this is the God, this is the faith, you become another fanatic. If anybody says, no, that is not the right thing, how can you depend upon that? Huh, you don't know anything. I have felt relieved, I am so free. If you are so free, why can't you dump it? You become a fanatic. Because it's an exclusive God or exclusive something you are dependent upon. Previously you depend on a riches, now you are depending on a God. That also slowly brings you back to the square one, your individuality. That is where similar people will have the congregation. Thousands of people with similar faith will find it very comfortable. It is just like a cult. In a cult, nobody questions nobody. Like a nudist camp. You are naked, I am naked. So person who is dressed is a misfit. Understand? Or everybody is dressed, person is nude, is a misfit. Thinking is also like that. I believe in that God, you believe in that God, all believe in that. Let's not question that God. Because if you question, you shall be a heretic. Why? You will be disturbing everybody. So don't question. So you live in your own little ivory tower. Your life can end. You can die like that. Understand? Lost in fear. If you give up, you don't know what to do. But that is not again either reliance on God or reliance on self. It is reliance on another thought that this is how the God is. If you never understand, you are relying on another thought. And if your thought can be disturbed, you are finished. Therefore, you do not expose yourself to any other thought. But suppose such a person knows, hey, that's right, I am now depending on something else. I can't depend to be independent. Who am I? Go back to yourself. Or that God is all-pervasive. Ishvara. What is that? All-pervasive. There is nothing other than it. That type of thinking will help you to lose yourself in anything and everything. And thereafter you are not afraid of this God or that God. Everything is only one God. God alone is existing. Whole universe, as Krishna says. Ahamatma gudakesa sarvabhutas astita. So, want to have Krishna, all-pervasive, Vishnu, all-pervasive, you are part of it. Or Brahman, the absolute. No Krishna, no Arjuna, no nothing. Absolute. Which one you like? What a choice. Be happy with yourself, hold on to any form you like. You know, it is so much of freedom, you don't know what to do. It is so much of freedom. Be absolutely happy with yourself, comfortable with every name, every form. Fanaticism shall run. Fanaticism just cannot thrive, cannot exist. Why? Because everything is fine. Fanatics will run. But unfortunately, fanatics don't run. They stay back to fight. That is the trouble. So much of fight that fanatics can, even at the cost of their own life, they will destroy others. Why? Their faith is so important. Instead of faith serving them, they have to save the faith. That is the trouble with fanaticism. Instead of faith defending you, you defend the faith. If God defending you, you have to defend a God. If there is truth defending you, you have to defend a truth. What type of truth is that?